Okay, slope-intercept form. We learned what slope was last time. Do you remember slope? We talked about it. It's the m. So what did you think about the slope in words? Do you remember? I have it written down here. It is the rise divided by run. So if something had a slope of 3/4, it would mean I have to go up 3 over 4, and that was how we were doing our points yesterday, right? Does that kind of ring a bell? Rise and run, and that creates a line. Okay, so that's this part of the equation is the slope. Then the b is the y-intercept. And we just learned about y-intercepts. That is when, what is happening at a y-intercept? X equals 0. So look at this. If there's no x, you're going to be at whatever this number is, which is your y-intercept. Okay, so here we go. Graph y equals 4x minus 3. So 4x minus 3. So the m is 4. Now, fractions are necessary for slopes because you need to have it as a rise number divided by a run number. How could you change the whole number 4 into a fraction? How do you change any whole number into a fraction? Over 1. 4 over 1 is a number 4, right? So what would that mean? I need to go up 4 and right 1. Remember, this is called the rise and this is called the run. So we're going to go up 4 and right 1. And so that's the rise part, or the slope part. The b part is our y-intercept. So if x was 0, if x is 0, y is -3. So the coordinate of the y-intercept would be 0, -3. So I need you to graph me 0, -3. Put that onto your graph. Okay, ready? Put your pen on that point. I need you to go 4 up. Yep. Great. Yep. 4 up. So 1, 2, 3, 4 up. And 1 right. And draw me a coordinate. Did you land at the position 1, 1? The point? Did you all land at 1, 1? Okay, and then once you have 2 points, it will make a line. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, so here's your equation, y equals mx plus b. You can see the form of it. So the slope is -3 over 4. That's the m that I found, mx plus b. So what would I do as a rise of this and a run of this? How do you rise -3?
You go down.
You're going to go down 3, and running 4 would be right 4. 4. If your slope is negative, negative 3/4, negative anything, your line should be going sliding downhill, right? And what is the value for our y-intercept? If x is 0, boom, what's the y? 2. Okay, so this is always just the y-intercept, because if x is 0, that part's gone, and then you just get the last number. So 0, 2, draw the y-intercept. Okay, I need you to put your pen on that coordinate that you just drew, 0, 2. You're good? Can you jot down 3? 1, 2, 3 down. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. Did you all land at 4, -1? As a landing position, 4, -1? All right, the next one. I'm trying to be a little bit tricky here. So y equals mx plus b. All right, here's why I'm trying to be tricky. What amount of x's do you have?
1.
1. You just have 1 x. The slope is 1. Okay, it's hard to see because there's not a number there, but if there's no number there, it's 1x. What is that as a fraction? Because I need to understand what a rise and a run is. So what's 1 as a fraction? 1 over 1. So therefore, how would I move as a rise and a run? I'm going to go up 1, right 1. Okay, so that's the part I tried to trick you on. 1x. And boom, what's our y-intercept? -2 is where we're on the y. Okay, so it's always the last number that you're looking at. So 0, -2. So start at that point. You can draw that point in there. It's on there. Okay, can you make a move? 1 up, 1 right. 1 up, 1 right. And then that's the slope. So it's a positive one, so you would be climbing up a hill. The higher that number, the steeper your hill is going to be. More of a fraction would be a flatter hill. Okay, last one on this page. So I'm always thinking about the formula, which is y equals mx plus b. So what is the m? What is the slope number? -3. Okay, that's not a fraction. So if I want it to be a fraction, -3 over 1. How am I going to move in a physical pattern? I'm going to be going down 3 and then right 1. Okay, this is where I try to trick you. So think for a second. Don't answer out loud yet. What is the y-intercept? Where are we? If x is 0, what happens?
0, it's
Just 0, yeah.
at the origin.
Plus, is there a number that ends there? No, there's no number that is adding there. So then it's 0. I'm not going to write plus 0 on something, right? Okay, so we are just at the origin as a point. And then from there, you told me you would go down 3, right 1, okay. Flip to the next page here. Okay, ooh, this isn't looking good. It does not look like y equals mx plus b. It does not look like that, right? So I need to move stuff around to make it look like that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep the y unit. So 2y, I'm keeping it there because I like y equals. I like the y over there. Then, where does this x part need to go? It needs to move across the equal sign and be here. So what happens to something when you move it across an equal sign? So this is going to be a negative x over there. And then the 12 number is where I wanted it to be. I'm not moving it, so it's plus 12. So do you see how I'm trying to line it all up to match the formula? Still not there though. I have 2y and I need a 1y, so I'm going to divide by 2. What happens when I do that? I'd have to divide that by 2 and that by 2. To make things equal, if you do something, you got to do it to everything. So how does this look? Y equals negative a half x. Do you see that number? Negative a half. Can you see it? Because it was a negative 1, and then there was a divide by 2. And then plus 6. Are we okay with my algebra?
Yes.
Move x stuff over if you need to. Make sure you divide and divide everything. So negative 1/2 is the slope number now, which in a direction makes you move down 1, right 2. And your y-intercept should be 0,6. Okay, so at that y-intercept from there, I went 1 down, 2 right. That was my second coordinate, and then I graphed it. Okay, I'm going to quickly look at what we just did last lesson with the intercept method. Okay, you ready? If x was 0, are you okay if I cover it up? What does the y-intercept have to be then? 2 times what is 12? The y-intercept has to be 6, right? Okay, and likewise, if I wanted the x-intercept, then the y would disappear, and the x-intercept would be 12. Does it look like it? Mine does. It looks like I'm probably going through 12. Look at that, it works. Okay, I'm not going to do the next one, but what does your guys' note booklet look like on the very, very back part of it? Is it blank or is it still writing? Blank? Okay, can you go to the back? Okay, on the back side, draw me this. Okay, this is a special line because there's just x's, there's no y's in it. So can you draw me any coordinate you want that would have an x value of 5? Draw me any coordinate that has an x value of 5. Go ahead. Any x of 5. Draw me any coordinate. Okay. So some of you might have picked 5, 0, 5, anything. Draw me a second coordinate that has a x value of 5. How do these connect? Look at that. It's going to be a line that goes vertical. Straight up and down. Straight up and down. So that was a special line. What if I ask you this? Y equals -2.
Horizontal.
Yeah. So I want you to think about it with drawing me. You can pick any coordinate that has a y value of -2. Then pick a second coordinate anywhere with a y value of -2. And how would they connect? This one is called a horizontal. So those ones are the two special ones because they don't have y's and x's involved.